studying in Norway is completely free, tuition free, complete, no payment, none, no, you're not paying any tuition free, any tuition fee, it's completely free. So now, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering the questions that some of you had about studying in Norway. So I put on my Instagram, I put up a question poll to ask that, okay, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, put it in this question box and I'm going to answer them. So what I have done, because I received a lot of questions and some of those questions were kind of similar, so I put the questions in categories and I'm going to be answering them in that in the order of the categories that I've put them in, which covers application, selecting schools, accommodation, visa process, funding, and all of that. So first things first, my name is Muyiwa. My name is Muyiwa. I'm currently, if this is your first time, yes, I'm currently in Stavanger, Norway. I'm doing a master's degree in business administration with a major in strategic innovation management. I'm saying the major because my course has like 5 majors. There's a major in marketing analytics, there's a major in economics, there's a major in finance, there's another major that has to do with leadership and entrepreneurship. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but my major is strategic innovation management. And I've been in Stavanger for 2 months. I've been in Norway for 2 months. So now I'm going to just be explaining and taking you through the process of how you can come and study in Norway. So the most frequently asked question that I've gotten is it really true that studying in Norway is free? Yes, studying in Norway is completely free, tuition free, complete, no payment, none, no. You're not paying any tuition free, any tuition fee. It's completely free. So now, let me now start answering the questions. So first, how do you select a school? Research. Google is going to be your best friend here. People were asking me for specifics of what school they can come to for medicine or what school they can come to for nursing or engineering. I'm not going to be able to answer that for you. You're going to have to check for the schools that have the specific courses that you want to do. So it's not very difficult, right? Most of all these Norwegian schools, they have all their courses listed there, the ones that are taught in English on their website. So you're just going to Google schools, universities in Norway and check for the courses that they have and see the ones that align best with what you're interested in and what you want to study. Typically, the session is, that's for masters now, the session is from August to June. So applications for this year for most schools, if you're not an European citizen, has most likely closed. It opens at October for non-European citizens and it closes like December, January for most of the schools. I think a few schools extend into February, but most schools by now should have closed, but you can check. Maybe there are a few that are still open, right? So yeah, that's the first thing. You need to go and do your research, check for the courses that are available and see the one that best fits what you want to study and check for their requirements and apply there. Now, the second thing about requirements and application to schools is that for most of the schools, it's not very difficult the application process is not tedious at all. For my school, University of Stavanger, I didn't have to write any exam at all because people ask me, did I have to write GRE or GMAT? I didn't write any of those. And the only thing that I was required to submit was my official transcript from school when I was applying. So I just needed my official transcript and my proof of English, because they don't speak English here. So if you're picking a master's degree in English, you have to show that you speak English. And for my school, they actually accepted my WAEC results. Like they asked, there's an equivalent. So the equivalent that they were asking for was WAEC. It was part of the options that you could submit. If you had passed, I think with a B grade or something, I'm not sure if it was B or C now, in WAEC, you were good to go for my school. So I had to get my original WAEC certificate and my school transcripts. Those were the things that I used to do my application. So I didn't have to write IELTS or TOEFL or any of those exams. Now, some schools may require that you write this exam, so it's very important that you check the requirement of the school that you have chosen, and you see the deadlines that are there for when you need to submit those documents, because that's really also very important, the deadlines, because the deadlines that they have for non-European students is earlier than the deadline that they have for European students, because you need space, and time to apply for your visa and all of that. So they try to do it early and get back to you on time so that you can start your visa application, right? So another thing about the schools is I realized when I was checking that they have a lot of STEM courses. The social sciences courses that they have, there's some of them that were very new to me, they were very new to me. Those were not options that I would typically see in another school in another country, so they have quite some very interesting options. So just check. You'll see something that fits what you want to do. So when you have decided what school that you want to go to and you've checked the application process and everything, once you apply, they get back to you in like 2 months. So for my school, right, there was the option of I've forgotten what it was called now. I think it was early, something about getting back to you on time, maybe early apply or something. I can't remember. There was a tagline, I don't remember what it was, but the only thing that was needed to put in there was just my CGPA. So I do not know if it was based on the fact that I had a high CGPA from school, that's why they got back to me on time, because they got back to me, they got back to me in March, towards the end of March. I applied December, January, like first week of January was when I completed my application. I started like maybe 30th or 31st of December, and then I finished my application first week in January. They got back to me like ending of March. I don't know what the normal timeline usually is, but I'm sure that they got back to me on time because of my early application thing. I had a question from somebody where the person said that if they had a CGPA of 2.64, would they be able to apply for civil engineering? I'm not so certain. I think it depends on the requirements from your school. So for a school like mine, I think they were very heavy on your grade from your bachelor's. That was the only thing that they were asking for. There was no other requirements, apart from the transcript. So I think my school was more particular about that. For another school, there might be other things that they ask you for. I'm not sure. And it's possible that my school just doesn't have any other things that they want to ask you. It depends. So just check depending on the school that you're going. The next thing is what you're going to do after you get feedback. So after I got feedback from them in March, the next thing was I had my admission letter. The next thing was for me to apply for my visa. So the visa process was actually pretty straightforward, right? You apply online on UDI. It was udi.no. NO, because NO is Norway. So the thing is, when you get the admission, all details that you need, they're going to send it to you in that email. So you don't need to cram or put everything I'm saying in your head. At every stage, every information is provided for you. So I got the email to apply for my visa. So the visa process, you go online to udi.no, you create an account and you make payments. So the payment was 4,900 Norwegian krona. How much was that in Naira then? I don't remember, but I'm going to put it on the video how much that is now in Naira. I'm using Naira because I am Nigerian. So yeah, it was 4,900 krona at the time. So once you make the payment, they send you an email to, once you make the payment, you book an appointment. So once you book an appointment, you have to come and submit. They'll send you an email to come and submit your documents, and they list all the documents that you need to submit. Now, even though education in Norway is completely free, you need to fend for yourself. You need to pay your rent, you need to feed yourself, you need to just, imagine moving to a new country and living by yourself. You need to be able to pay all those things, right? And Norway is a very expensive country to live in. It's one of the most expensive countries to live in by ranking. Their standard of living is very high. So, and the government doesn't want you to just come here and be stranded. So you need to show that you're able to take care of yourself here before they process your visa. So part of the documents you're expected to submit, it's proof of funds. but you're not going to submit your personal statement. You're going to have to pay the money. So this is how it works. When the school grants you admission, they will send you details of an account to pay into. So what they do is you pay the money into the school account, because you don't have an account in Norway yet. I mean, and I'm not sure they trust you and your banks. Okay, that might not be the case, but you pay the money into an account that they will provide. When you pay the money, they will send you a bank statement that you will use for your visa application. So what now happens is, let me fast forward a bit to when you come. So what now happens is, when you come, if everything works out for you and you come, they first give you a card when you arrive, like 2 or 3 days after you've come. They give you a card that has some funds, that has 50,000 Norwegian krone of the money that you paid. Then when you get your temporary resident permit and you're able to open a bank account, then they pay back the rest of the money to you. So don't worry, they don't run away with your money or anything or anything, but they just need to be sure that you are able to fend for yourself, and they don't pay you that money until you have landed. If you don't land, the money stays with them. The money stays with them. Okay, so now let me come back to the visa process. Now you pay this money. When I was doing my application at the time, this was April, the required amount was 121,220 NOK. That was around April. But by June, the money had gone up. So the money used to kind of like change. It can go up, a bit depending on the situation of things. So by June 2020, the money was already 123,519 NOK. Now, I'm not sure if that's changed between then and now, but it can be so far off from these figures. So you pay the money, yeah, like I said, they send you a bank statement. You submit the bank statement alongside your admission letter, your proof of residency. So this is not a big deal since you don't have any accommodation yet, but you can show them that you have applied. I will talk about that. It's very straightforward to apply. You show them the email or a letter saying that, oh, I've applied to accommodation already, it will be sorted. Then a cover letter that they already sent to you that you just have to sign and print out. The office, I submitted it at, it was in Lekki, Lagos, the VFS office that's there. So you book an appointment, they tell you, I'm trying to remember if, because this was during the COVID period, so they were only opening, I think, Monday and Wednesdays or something, between a particular day. They were not open every day. So you go there on one of these days and you submit, your documents, and then after a while they get back to you. Now let me come back to the residency bit. When you apply, when school sends you an admission letter, they also send you a link. So for Norway, you can decide to get accommodation by yourself online. You can search for accommodation if you want to on Finn, FINN.no if you want. Or when you get your admission, you get an email from school also sending you a link to apply for accommodation. Now, school doesn't directly give you accommodation, but they have like a collaboration with another, I'll say a body called SIS. So they send you a link to SIS, you log in, you create a profile, and you search for accommodation that you want, and you select. So the thing about this is you are not exactly sure. You might not get the exact accommodation that you apply for, but you might get the exact accommodation you apply for. I think I got the exact accommodation I applied for. Yes, I think I got mine. But sometimes you might not get the exact accommodation you apply for. You might get something similar within the same price range, or you might not get at all, depending on when you apply. If you don't apply on time, you might not get at all. Yes. And the price is usually between 3,000, from what I've seen, from asking people, is between 3,500 NOK to like 5,500 NOK per month for accommodation. So what varies in this accommodation is, for some, those ones that are like 5,000, 5,500 NOK, you have your kitchen, your bathroom to yourself. You don't share kitchen and bathroom with other people, so it's like a self-contained, right? For the other ones that are like 3,500, 3,750, you might be sharing. So maybe you're sharing kitchen, with some other rooms, or maybe you're sharing bathroom with another room, or maybe you're sharing both. So sometimes it can be either or it can be both. Or I'm not sure. I think for some accommodations, I think they even share. There's some accommodations that they share room as well. I'm not very sure about that. I don't remember how much those ones cost, and if they were still doing it during the COVID period, I'm not very certain. But yeah, that's that for the accommodation. School is totally not accountable for your accommodation. It is your duty to make sure that you get accommodation, because for me, when I applied, because I did not come immediately. Okay, so now let me go to the COVID restrictions that hindered me from coming to school. So when I got my admission, it was around March, like I said, and I applied for my visa in April. Now I'm sure you're wondering, how long did it take you to get your response after you went to submit your documents? I didn't even submit my documents in April, because in April the UDI, the VFS office was not open. Nobody was open because the countries, the European countries, were not allowing people to come to their country. Everywhere, COVID was still kind of new, it was still kind of new. People were still unsure how things were going to happen, how everything was going to pan out and everything. So there was a lot of uncertainty. I actually did my entire first semester online. That was from August to December. I had already started school, but everything was online. I didn't come to Norway until towards the end of last year. That was like December, towards the end of the year. That was when I came. So when we applied for our visa, right, they told us that, okay, there is COVID, things are still a bit unsure, lectures will be online. If you want to still come during the semester, you can. You push, send email that, okay, I still want to come during the semester. But the thing is, you will have to pay for accommodation because the way they give the accommodation contract is per semester. So if you like come in August, or if you like come in October, you are going to pay for August to December period. So I'm like, there's no need to do that, because it's expensive, So I'm just going to, and since classes are online anyway, I'm just going to stay till I'm able to come in January. And also, school advised that if you cannot come before August, there is no need to come during the semester. Just come before next semester starts. When I decided that I was going to come for second semester, I just knew that, okay, now I have to go and submit my documents. So like I said earlier, the VFS office was open Mondays and Wednesdays. So when it was like September, I think yes, September, I went to submit my documents so that things can be very quick. I got my response within a month. So the thing is, because the Norwegian embassy is in Ghana, so when you submit your documents, they have to send it to Ghana, then that's where it's processed. So I don't know if when there's no COVID, if people actually go to Ghana for the interview. But the way it was during the COVID period, we just went to the VFS office, and it was an online interview that I had with a lady from the Ghana office. So it wasn't anything very serious like that. So she asked me questions about what I studied as undergrad, what I'm going to study now, the correlations, why I decided to pick that course, tell me what were my plans after school, just general questions that if you genuinely did your application yourself, or like if you picked your course and everything, they'll ask you she asked me how the semester was, if I was enjoying my classes, just general questions, about just general questions. So it wasn't anything over the top. And after that, I got an email to say that I had received my visa. After that, I got an email saying that I received my visa, and then there's one payment that you make when you get to school. So when you get to school, or when you start each semester, not necessarily when you get to school, because I paid it for first semester as well, even though first semester was online, is the semester fee. The semester fee wasn't, I can't remember the exact amount in dollars now, or in Norwegian krone, but in Naira, it was not up to 30,000. That's basically the general information about applications. I think I got a few other questions about the culture and if I experienced racism. No, I have not experienced racism. and the culture is great. People are very calm and quiet. It's very serene. It's the opposite of Lagos. If you stay in Lagos, or if you're familiar, it's total opposite. Everywhere. When I first came, I was wondering where everybody was. Like, where is everybody? I'm on the road and the road is empty. Where are people? Where's everyone? Are they hiding? Important questions, because I realized, like, in the entire Norway there are like 5 million people plus or minus, and in Lagos alone there are 20 million people, and that's just one small tiny bit of Nigeria. So you can imagine the shock. I'm like, where is everybody in this country? Where are you people? So yeah, it's very calm. People are very honest. Very straightforward. Life is not hard. It's very simple. Anyway, I'll do another video where I talk more about living in Norway. I also got another question about work, if I'm able to work and do school right now. So getting work here is another gist for another day. Not for this video, but it's not the easiest thing, especially with COVID. Jobs are very, very scarce. Very, very scarce. I would advise, if you have other skills, maybe like making of hair, or if you can barb hair, or if you have digital skills that you can sell online, if you can do remote work, best and great, because getting work in this COVID season is a war, is a fight. Anyway, another video I'll talk more about that. I wanted this video to focus a lot on the application process and general things that you need to know and prepare your mind in order to apply. So like I said, the applications typically open in October to December or early January. Like my school application closed in January. Yeah, I'm going to put a link in the description below, a link from my school website that has living expenses breakdown, like an estimate, and some other general information that you might need or might be interested in. So check it out. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video with other people that you think might be interested in watching it. I'm going to be uploading videos at intervals showing life in Norway and living in Norway and what it's all about, and going to supermarket stores to buy things. If you want to see more of that, make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notification. Don't forget to comment. If you have any more questions that you want to ask me, this is just a general video. Like I said, I'm still going to do another video much later that has more details, based on the things that you want to hear. So comment below on other things that you might want me to talk about or explain further on as regards application and coming to Norway to school. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for coming to my YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace. You're very welcome if you're an existing watcher. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I almost forgot a step. So before you can apply for your visa, oh my god, I almost skipped this very important step.